welcome everyone to Myrtle Beach Speedway for the second race of Season 2 of the Mountain Dew Truck Series. First race of 2021. Happy New Year, everyone. Apologies for not having the race out the previous 2 weekends, as I was like, oh crap, that's Christmas, I'm not going to release a race then. Just going to release it last weekend, or the weekend we're coming off of, but didn't because I forgot to, and I decided, just let them enjoy the first few days of the new year. But we're back, and got full-timers. This is Mateo Kobayashi, who ran the Daytona 500. I mean, Mountain Dew 300, apologies. He has officially retired now, but we've got a familiar face up front here on the pole. Gary Owen started close to the front, I believe. Maybe even on pole for the Mountain Dew 300. Let me check that right now. Gary has started up front a lot from the test races and stuff I've done, so yeah. And I think he was on the pole. Yes, he was. Gary definitely showing he has speed. Didn't quite come out of Daytona with the result he's looking for, but we'll see if that'll change for him tonight. The Spotify premium truck, very similar to the truck he is running for the normal Spotify scheme, but with a gold for this one. And Daytona, their Daytona winner starting quite far back in the field. And Myrtle Beach can be quite chaotic, so don't put it out of the question that he could somehow come through and win this. And Patrick Starr definitely caused quite a commotion last season here. It was something. So he's going to try and shed that, potentially come from the back to the front. Like I said, very chaotic race here. Well, anything can happen, and for the second week in a row, or second race in a row, Ethan Lewis running the BWT truck. I don't know what I'm doing right now, just trying to find a good camera angle for the rest of this. But yeah, another good sign too for Rocket Car Racing. 2 of their trucks inside the top 5. They won last season with team owner Arthur Xavier in the Zero truck. Coincidentally sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. And that's who's on the 41 of Bob Sticks. Definitely be looking out for that. Definitely be looking out for them. I don't really have much else to say. And crazy race here last season. Short little race, a 50-lap dash. Myrtle Beach. Visit myrtlebeach.com 300. And tomorrow night, Thursday, will be the Myrtle Beach 500 for the Firefox Cup Series. 35 cars tackling that track. Test races there were pretty wild. And I did turn down the difficulty, or the AI strength for this race, so let's hope it's not as crazy as it was in last season. But command should be given soon. And graphics will begin showing. It'll take up the whole lap, I believe. Gary Owen,
start your engines!
2 races in a row, Gary Owen sits on the pole. I don't believe there's going to be pit stops this race. We'll see, though. And the trucks are now rolling off from the start of the race. Gary Owen on the pole with Brian Scott Jr. starting second, followed by Bob Six, Jack LeMaine, Nathan Orman defending champion, Michael Pullett, Wyatt Floor, Christian Holder, Titan Nicholas, and Diego Vasquez, or hold on, no, that's Greg Galding starting alongside Wyatt Flora. Hopefully we got through the starting lineup, and here they go, and Gary Owen gets a bad start. Brian Scott Jr. into the race lead coming into turn 1. The cautions are on, obviously, but Gary Owen not getting a good start. Jackal Maine, both the Maine Racing Enterprises trucks able to get by very quickly. Really, both of them started on the high side. Gary running pull it up the track. As a ticker is up. And Brian Scott Jr. leads lap 2. Caution is out. As I feared, oh, that's Lena Larkin. Lena Larkin goes around. Not sure what caused that. That's what we're here to figure out. Grinding on the wall. Wow. Just hit. Let's rewind. See what happened. Oh, vicious hit. Oh, that's a hard hit. So going into turn 1, Roman Fenway right on her rear bumper. Spins her around out of the corner, right into the front of Josh Moore. Josh Moore, just an innocent bystander, just carries her, and boom! Backs it hard into the tire barrier at the end of pit lane. Yeah, that was a hard hit. Definitely gonna go lap down. It's the second season in a row. And a Woomy Speed / Rising Sun truck has been involved in a early crash here at Myrtle Beach. See the field going by. Fisher G earning the Mountain Dew Zero Sugar truck. Granted, Mountain Dew Zero Sugar tastes like garbage. And the scheme looks cool. That's all that matters. Barry Preston, Charlie Davenport, Patrick Starr, Ziggy Rhodes. Yeah, Brian Scott Jr. and Jackal Maine. 2 teammates running 1-2, the 49 and the 59. It's going to be a single file restart for everyone else. However, where is the 54 out? No, 54 is on track somewhere. I can't find it. I am blind. It's not showing that 54 is a lap down. Oh, never. Okay, there it is. Finally says that 54 of Lena Larkin retired. No, we're gonna wait for the pace truck lights to go out. It means we have 1 to go. The rookies leading the field. Top 3 are rookies. And if you count Gary Owen as a rookie for running only 2 races last season, I guess. 4 of the top 5 are rookies. Christian Holder also snuck his way in the 51, so... two part-timers from last season going full-time, Gary Owen and Nathan Orman. Christian Holder, I am dumb. Pace truck is on the pit lane. I am not having a good race, commentating-wise, but Brian Scott Jr. going to lead him back to green. And out of turn 4, green flag is back out at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Oh, and Pollitt goes wide in third. And then he only hold on to position. It's currently single file for top 5 at least. Here goes Wyatt Floor. Oh, and Titan Nicholas gets moved up the track by Nelson Reeves in the 26. Greek here, trying to hold off the driver of the 26. He does, and Pablo Carrera Busta in the 21 goes wide. Saw someone's bumper, it looked like. Yeah, this is not as exciting as last season. That was a wild race last season. Scott, he's trying to get something done. Not working though. Just isn't getting it to work. Angelina Elliott side by side with Roman Fenway. Not gonna be able to hold it. Nothing's gonna come out from that. Back to the field, seeing if we got anything. Gary Owen has dropped nearly into the clutches of Christian Holder. If Owen makes a mistake, I definitely think Holder's going to get by him. But Jackal Maine has Michael Pullett there as well. If Maine makes a mistake, Pullett is there to strike. Down the backstretch they go into turn 3. Now to turn 4 now, Brian Scott Jr. leads another lap. This is really not as exciting as it was last season. Just weird. Here goes Ethan Lewis. Never mind. Spoke too soon. Trying to get around 21 of Pablo Carrera Busta. Didn't work though. Find a way to get around Jackal Maine. 17 laps into this race, and a half-second lead for Brian Scott Jr. Right now, I thought we saw a caution flag. Never mind. But Brian Scott Jr. currently just cruising away, looking like he's going to get his first win of his career, and second win for Ford in 2 races. Ford definitely seems like they've improved the R&D of their trucks tremendously. That's last season. There was one Ford team ended up shutting down, got bought out by Rocket Car Racing, and that's the 27 truck. You see, Rocket Car Racing currently running right with each other, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So good promotional material for that team. Definitely some good promotional material indeed, but Brian Scott Jr. is just off and away. Go to the Spotify on board cam with Gary Owen. Back here to commentating Gary Owen, Spotify on board. Nearly halfway through this race, not much has happened since the first few laps, so it's kind of disappointing. No one's under fire unless they're towards the back, but even in the back, it doesn't seem like anything really happens. And also, so far, a disappointing start to the season for Nathan Smith Motorsports. All three trucks outside the top 5. The farthest is in 14th. That's obviously here, Ethan Lewis. The other two trucks towards the back here. Here, the roof claim number 9 of Charlie Davenport, just not doing anything really notable. No one's really done anything notable this race except for Brian Scott Jr. and Gary Owen. Obviously, Gary just ruined his start of the race. And Brian Scott Jr. has just led every single lap after getting it on the initial start. It wasn't just after the line. He was way by him. He was way by him coming to the line. So, I don't know what that's about, but he's nearly got a second lead. Ford 1-2 here. Ford 1-2 at Myrtle Beach. And up by a Dodge, a Chevy, and a Toyota, and then all the way on back, nothing. The only other Ford here is just outside the top 10, in 12th. So the main racing enterprise, they brought some fast trucks. Both of them qualified inside the top 5. Definitely looks like both of them are going to finish 1-2. Like I said, no pit stops this race, at least to my knowledge. There shouldn't be. And Brian Scott Jr. leads another lap here. I really don't know what to say right now. Nothing's really happening. There's just nothing happening there to talk about. Just scrolling through the field, nothing's happening. This is one of the worst races I have ever seen, which sucks because I actually really enjoyed this race last year. It was crazy and wild. It was fighting for the lead. But I guess we can look forward to next week. Hopefully next week when we head to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Then we head to IRP, aka Lucas Oil Raceway, and then go to Kansas for the Disney Plus The Mandalorian 200. No, that's one of the races that didn't have a sponsor. Points will be shown after this race. We're focusing on our box 6 here. I just realized the number on the roof is white, and I don't support that. Why? Oh, okay, that's making me upset. That's making me mega upset, but let's move on from that. Holder looked like he got to the back. And so that's just camera's perspective. Michael Pollard just keeps sending it further and further into the corners, trying to gain something on Jack LeMay, but none of it's working. Hasn't quite gained as much as he wants. Now Under Armour number 29, I usually call it 26. Dodge, he gains time there. He gains time in 3 and 4. I don't think it's going to pay off when he in turns 1 and 2. I think he's going to get to the back of him, make a mistake, and then just rewind it up, go again, only up to 10 to go. Can Michael Pullett break up the main racing enterprises 1-2 here? He's still got 10 laps to do it. And now I say that, and he's gone. I think that's going to be his shot at second place gone. Still hanging in there. Didn't drop off as far as I thought he would. After the first lap, these drivers haven't really moved much. This has been a relatively clean race compared to last season. Like I said, go watch that last season's race. That was a finish. Not a finish. That was a race. That definitely happened. Coming up on 7 laps to go. Pollitt just can't seem to get by Jacqueline. Oh, that's the closest I just saw them. Looking at the driver sheet I have open right now. Pollitt's just sending it so far deep in the corners. He's trying desperately to get by him. I think late in this race, Pollitt's just gonna full send it, take himself and the 49 out. At least I think that's what's gonna happen. I feel like one of the reasons this was definitely a worse race than last season has been the fact that the only lap car DNF'd. Because last season we had lap cars lining up right next to the leader the whole time and just sending it into the corners for no reason, and it was wild. Pollitt's dropping off once again, coming up on 3 laps to go. Apologies if you hear my dog itching himself. And Pollitt gets really close once again, not going to be able to do anything with it. Coming up on 2 to go. 2 laps to rain. Brian Scott Jr., I think it's safe to say he's the winner. Caution comes out, he wins the race no matter what. Unless he blows an engine on the final lap. And speaking of final lap, we're under white flag now. Brian Scott Jr. just cruising through 1 and 2. He knows he has this race locked up. Unless he gets a Velocity Racing moment, blows an engine in 3 and 4, but I don't think that's going to happen. Now, out of turn 4, Brian Scott Jr. is going to win at Myrtle Beach. Congratulations to Brian Scott Jr. for his victory here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. And another driver, Greg Golding, let's go find him. Said this will be his career revival. Way to knock off 2 top 10s in a row for him. Same with Gary Owen. I can't remember where anyone else finished at Daytona, except for the winner and some other people. But let's go over your results. A 1.2 second margin of victory. That is absurd. But Brian Scott Jr. is your winner here. Points will be shown at the end of the race after the coverage ends. Just stay around for points. And Jackal Maine in second. Maine Racing Enterprises 1-2. Probably tired of hearing the team name. And Michael Pollitt in second, Gary Owen in fourth, Christian Holder in fifth, Bob Sticks in sixth, Greg Golding in seventh, Nathan Ormond in eighth, Diego Vasquez in ninth, Wyatt Floor in 10th, Titan Nicholas in 11th, Alejandro Cruz Jr. in 12th, Pablo Carreno Busta in 13th, Ethan Lewis in 14th, Andrew Williams in 15th, Roman Fenway in 16th, Anthony Elliott in 17th, Nottingham Scott in 18th, Josh Moore in 19th, Fisher G in 20th, Barry Preston 21st, Charlie Davenport 22nd, Patrick Starr 23rd, Ziggy Rhodes 24th. Jeez, your Daytona winner for first to 24th. Wow. Man, that's gonna hurt him. It's gonna hurt him big time. And Lena Larkin in 25th. This race was, the broadcast at least, nearly 10 minutes shorter. At least in recording time, nearly 10 minutes shorter than last season's race. So that is something to behold. AI Strength is definitely going up for the Cup race. Definitely going up for the Cup race. Thank you all for watching on this Wednesday night here in 2021. Brian Scott Jr. starts off the new year right, winning in Myrtle Beach. And that is all for tonight. I hope they catch you all tomorrow for the Firefox Cup Series race, the Myrtle Beach 500. And see you later.